The following occupational qualification is developed by the QCTO in partnership with industry for industry and is offered by accredited skills development providers. Each occupational qualification has three components: theory, practical, and work-based experience. This is to ensure that learners are ready and prepared to enter the workplace. This video looks at the occupational qualification of an electrician.
Electricity is the greatest invention in history, enabling innovation that has served humanity to develop and prosper in areas such as transportation, food production, health, education, and scientific exploration. Affordable, reliable electricity is fundamental to modern life. It also enables our industry and quietly runs countless electronic and digital devices that make up our modern world. It is up to the electricians to install and maintain the electrical power necessary for communications, lighting, and control systems in homes, businesses, and factories. Alternative power generation, such as solar and wind, is an emerging field that will require more electricians for initial installation, as well as linking these alternative power sources to power grids over the coming decades. Being an electrician can be a challenging but rewarding career. With the ongoing development of new technologies, modern and smart electrical systems will need to be installed and maintained by professionals, thereby providing electricians with job stability and security in the coming years.
On a day-to-day basis, no day is ever the same. So we might start off with something as simple as replacing plugs or light fittings, and then it might move on to something a little bit more complex where someone's rewiring their entire home, or we also specialize in certificates of compliance. So for an electrician, my number one priority or responsibility is that safety comes first. And that means that whatever I work on has to be compliant, and it also needs to be left in a place that is safe for those people that are going to be using it. We've worked mainly on developments where we've had to come in and make sure that the electrical installation is compliant, to installing a new electrical installation on new properties that are being developed in the area. We have worked on certain commercial properties, but that would only be specifically to certain wings where we've done an upgrade on an electrical installation and that type of thing. Well, firstly, you have to study to become an electrician. It took me approximately 3 years to study, and then you also have an apprenticeship. And I think for me personally, when I started working as an apprentice, that is where I learned my skills. So it's one thing to have qualification on paper, but once you start using your hands and learning how to work with electricity, that is, for me, is the most important skill. So you need to be able to connect with people, you need to be able to listen well, you need to understand what their needs or requirements are, and you also need to be able to make recommendations. Certain people might not know that there's a certain type of fitting that's available to them, so you need to know exactly what's happening in the industry in terms of new technology that's been developed. We could mention something like solar or generators or inverters. Those things are also very important to know. So those kind of skills all come together when working on a day-to-day basis. So the tools that I use and instruments that I use in my job are something as basic as your screwdrivers, your spanners. We have a variety of sizes. You have also your pencil that I use to mark off where I'm going to be working, and a lot of tape. We use a lot of duct tape to make sure that we seal off certain instruments when we're working with them. And then we move on to the bigger instruments like your voltmeter and your amp meter. We have drills for specific sizes. You have a battery operated drill, you have a handheld drill, and then we come to cutting pipe. We often keep circuit breakers on board with us if we have to replace an old one, to earth leakage meters, to installing isolator switches. We have everything like that with us whenever we visit a client. So we work with other people obviously that are involved in the development industry or in the construction industry. And so you can start off from your normal developments where we work with architects. And then from there, you would work with people like your normal homeowners. Those are just the people that need to have small jobs conducted. You often have tenants which call us and say to us certain things are broken and not working. So it also, again, it varies, but we work with people throughout the type of industry, from construction to developments to architecture. Being an electrician can definitely be challenging. When we work on sites where there's developers and builders, obviously there's a certain time frame that we have been given to do certain installations, and often what happens is the material's delayed in delivery, or there's weather, it's raining, so it's really very difficult for us to actually work. There's also times when tools break down. We have a lot of friends in the industry, so for us we then try to arrange a different type of tool to brought us from other friends that are also in the industry, and that's how we try and accommodate that kind of situation. There's no challenge that's too big for us that we can't really sort out. And it's also really good after a hard day's work to know that you've done the work correctly. I'd often say to people, hopefully I don't ever see you again, is because I've done my job properly. And then I'm happy, and also with that, obviously, I'm able to grow my portfolio in terms of the clientele that I get to meet. It's not an 8 to 5 job. It varies. Some days where you can work from 8 to 8 in the evening, and some days you might not actually have to work that much at all. So you're actually in charge of your own time and of your own finances, and that actually adds a lot of value to me. And I know that from my skill point of view, there's always a need for electricians. I feel very strongly on the role that electricians play in society. I think it's vitally important. If you don't have lights, if you don't have power, you aren't able to cook, unable to start your heater, especially in winter. It's a hard-working job with high rewards. You're able to make sure that your customers are always happy, and you grow your business where you get compliments from people that you've just met, or people have referred to other people, and it's really comforting and very fulfilling to receive those, and to know that you're making a difference in other people's lives.
For more information about this qualification, log on to www.qcto.org.za. Inquire at info@qcto.org.za. Call us on 012-003-1800 or view our Facebook QCTO page. This video is brought to you by the QCTO's Marketing and Communication Unit.